And this isn't the first instance of this happening. Other towns this happens. Other people get mad that stuff like this happens. There's a lot of pressure that's going to come down on y'all. Just be ready.
I'm not worried.
Tell that to all the citizens that was really suffering.
That laugh was real cute.
What's that?
Homeboy laughed.
Excuse me?
Hey
Hey, man. You ain't got shit to say to me, partner. Nothing.
I mean,
Well,
you're,
all right, let's just-
I don't
you're
wanna
over here
hear your
disrespecting all this.
Let's-
You're disrespecting
That's
all the
enough
love.
now.
You ain't got shit to say to me, partner.
That's enough now.
Nothing.
If this does not
And you're not
stop,
supposed to be recording me. You don't
I'm
have
going to
permission to
call the
record
police.
me.
It's public. This is
Fuck you,
public.
fuck all of y'all.
Oh,
If this-
you want to say that to
excuse
the
me.
citizens of San
Don't
Angelo?
bother
did you
me.
just hear what I said?
I'm doing my work.
If
I'm
this
doing a
doesn't
job.
stop,
And
I'm
this
going to
is
call
what
the
they
police.
Okay, that's fine. You can call the police. That's fine. We're citizens. We're
And if you
petitioning.
want to blame somebody, blame her.
Oh.
Blame me. Blame everyone, not just one.
We'll blame the officials
You're the one that
accountable.
came out here and
You're the
made
one.
this,
You're the
man.
one who confessed to the crime.
Oh.
One person, did you see
Oh,
what
please call the police. I would love that.
That's what you told him, bitch. Fuck you.
No, fuck
Oh.
you.
Hey, watch your language.
And this is what the people cleaning up the cemetery think of all these mementos. All these people, they are telling you.
This is my mama here. What happened here, I had made some brick around her grave here, and they told me I had to pick it up. And then she had some flowers and she had little ornaments here, and it was all gone. And what I'm thinking is that, why would they want to mess with people that are arrested? Leave them alone, you know?
I completely agree.
My dad's over there. I was going to start on his, but they told me to stop. So, I don't know what's going to happen, but they need to stop this. They need to let these people rest, and, that's what it's all about. Let them rest.
So what brought you out here today, sir?
Well, I have my wife buried here, and they took out all the flowers that we had bought, and they cost money. And what I want to know too is who owns the plot. They said the church. If the church owns it, then I want my money back. And then they cut off all the water. They cut it off so we couldn't use it. And it's a shame what they did, especially the Catholic Church.
And how does that make you feel?
Bad. Bad. People come out here and they clean it and they beautify it. Especially at night, it looked real pretty, those solar lights, and they took all those away threw them away. People pay a lot of money for them.
Just concerned for my mom's grave and my stepdad and my brother's grave. He's on the other side of the road. We took up everything that was there. I mean, we made it look beautiful. We had flowers, lights, and everything. Because our rock is under it. It looks so sad when you have a grave that doesn't have anything on it. I said, you try to make it presentable where people come look at it and say, well, these people here were loved and worshipped as parents or relatives. But then when you have something like this that's just plain, it just hurts you to come out here, It's like, it's a sad situation because they're buried there, and you like to try and brighten the day. And then when these people from the diocese come over here and start pulling everything off your grave, stuff that you put there with your heart, your well-spent money, they took it as trash. For them to trash it, that's even worse,
And how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel sad, not for my parents, for me, it makes me sad for the people that are doing it. I mean, you hear there's a law about defacing graves? I said, what were they doing? Where was the crime in that? There wasn't a crime when they were doing it. But if somebody else came up here and stole stuff or took stuff off you, they would be called defacing. That's a crime you pay for. And these people, they're going to end up paying one way or another. I mean, for doing this. I mean, I know some of these guys were doing it just because it was a job. But whoever was in charge of it was a heartless person. Plenty of people here are upset. And the thing about it is, where's our leadership? Where's our Catholic, diocese or a Catholic priest or a Catholic bishop? Where are they to defend us? I mean, we're all grown up. We can defend ourselves, but you know, like they said, you know, where's the shepherd for the flock? That's my only concern. That's what makes me mad. Because nobody stands for us but ourselves. And people like you that are helping us stand. They take a stand on it. You know, you see all nowadays people taking stands for different situations, but there's nothing like this one going on. This is worth the stand.
Well, what brought me out here is because when this all started, they had said we had to take off our turf. Well, before we even put it on, my sister got permission to put it on. She just didn't do it because she wanted to. And she fought all week with the Dices, emailing back and forth, and told them that we're not going to take it off because we paid too much money to keep it upgraded, you know? So when she came Saturday when they were doing all the cleanup, she talked to Mike Weiss, and he said that he was going to revise the policy that anybody could have artificial grass, but they had to keep it intact. So they said that we were able to keep ours here. So, I mean, but I felt bad. I mean, we came and took off our cross, anything that wasn't attached to the stone. We took it home, which we're going to come back and put it on here, but I'm going to glue it to the headstones. But I just feel bad for everybody else that all their stuff was thrown away. You know, it's not right. God doesn't teach you to do ugly things like that. So to me, it's a big sacrifice what they did.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I'm just glad that we were able to keep what we have.
That's amazing. A lot of other people weren't so lucky.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're out here to show your support for them.
Yes.
His death anniversary was Wednesday, April 21st, and I came Saturday morning and they were removed. It really hurt my feelings because I was marking his death anniversary. It was sentimental to me, and I've asked them before to fill in cracks of dirt when it sinks and stuff, and they've never done it. I had to have my friend Robert and Rosalinda come and fill in the cracks so that it won't sink, as it's cracked right now. It's just, you know, it's a custom to come out here and visit loved ones. My daughter's here, my husband is here, my parents are here, my aunts and uncles are here, my grandparents are here, and it's just a place to come and visit them and have some solitude. But when you can't come and bring them something memorable to keep their memory alive, it's just very disgraceful to me. So I wish that they wouldn't have done what they did, because they hurt a lot of people's feelings, especially mine.
I came out here because when I came Saturday, I noticed that all the stuff off my daughter's headstone was missing, and there was a letter on the bench saying that the bench needed to be removed too. And then I realized that everybody's stuff was gone and it was thrown by the dumpster, like trash, like garbage. No notice. They tried to say they put notice. There was no notice, except for the one that I got that day on the bench. And I had been here 2 days prior. There was nothing there before. Because I come here to water the grass, since they don't take care of it. They don't offer us water. I come here, bring jugs at least 3 times a week to try to make grass grow. And they said they were a cleanup that they always do. Fernando, next month will be 17 years that Fernando's been here. They've never done it like that. They've left the stuff that's on the headstones alone, the flowers alone. They ripped out flowers out of vases. They took all the statues they were on the headstones and threw them away. There was no reason for that. Somebody needs to answer to that. And so that's why I'm here. That's why.
And how does that make you feel?
It hurts. It's like grieving all over again. I was getting ready for next month, because next month is 2 years that she passed away, and 17 he passed away. So that's why I came out here, you know, to try to prepare myself. And then I see that, and it's just like, wow. It's just like they ripped the Band-Aid off that wound again. It hurts. And I'm not the only one hurt about it. There was a lot of people out here crying, and that's what really hurt me. Is it hurt a lot of people, not just myself, but a lot of people. They need to explain. They need to explain why a whole urn of ashes was in the garbage too. Somebody needs to answer to that.
I had learned that they had threw all of the flowers and everything that people had left in the dumpster, just unannounced. I mean, no one knew. You know what I mean? No one knew at all. They say they put a flyer out or something like that. No one knew because everything was out there, you know?
Obviously.
And so I had, my grandma had her a custom, from an uncle of mine, she had a custom built cross, you know, and he's a welder. So he made it with, you know, the last name and everything, and the cross made out of iron. And so that's the first thing that was in my mind, is I hope they didn't throw that away, because it was put right beside, right here on the backside of the actual tombstone, you know what I mean? It was like right up here, actually, yeah. And so it was there, that's where it was installed. Before she even had her tombstone, that's where it was, right? Just so we could know where she was. And that's the first thing that came in my mind, and sure enough, when we came on Sunday morning, it was gone. And we looked, you know, we had to look in the dumpster, and it wasn't there. And I was like, where could it be? I just couldn't believe they would do that. You know what I mean? I understand, you know, whatever, but you can't do that. It's disrespectful, honestly.
And how did that make you feel when you found out?
It made me feel very bad, because, you know, we come and visit our love, we're grieving, and for them to just do this unannounced and like no care in the world, it's very disrespectful and very unprofessional.